Hi guys, so I am going to answer the question, how to tell if a tooth is left or right maxillary, central incisor, and left or right lateral incisor. So first what you'll have to do is you'll have to establish um, whether the tooth is maxillary or mandibular. To help establish that, the maxillary teeth are usually much wider, especially in the incisors. Category. So like these are much wider, these four are much wider than the mandibular incisors, which are these four. You can tell a difference, a very big difference just by that, like how wide they are. Um, Also, the maxillary are a lot less symmetrical than the mandibular. The mandibular are just so like almost perfect, as you can see right there, and even if you look in through this, they're very symmetrical. So the maxillary are less symmetrical than the mandibular. Um, they are also more rounded on around the curves on the maxillary side rather than the mandibular side. They are less rounded than up here, a lot more rounded. So once you determine between mandibular and maxillary, you'll have to determine the central and lateral incisors. So to help do that, the central incisors up here are much bigger than the lateral. These two are much bigger than these two right here. So that's one of the main ways to determine. Um, Another way to determine is the fossa. The lingual fossa is the central have a large, shallow lingual fossa compared to the lateral have a much deeper but smaller fossa. Um, So those are a couple ways that you can determine between the central and the lateral incisors. So then after that you'll once you determine all those, you'll have four teeth, which are these four. These four teeth. So then to help determine that, you'll know that the two biggest teeth most likely are going to be the central incisors. So once you need to determine that, to help determine between the two central incisors, what helps a lot, I think, is the curvature of the crowns, or like the sides of the crown, because most of the time on both the central and lateral incisors, the teeth kind of curve more on the lateral side. So they'll meet together more on a flat surface on the central side. Like they don't, oops, dropped one. They don't really match whenever they're like this or like this. They don't match up as well as if you put them more toward the flat side, like this. They match much better. So that's a main way. Also, I think that on both the central and lateral, if you look at the lingual side of the lingual view of the tooth, it's kind of hard to see on camera, but on both of them, the middle, they kind of make a sign like this. So this up here is on the more central side. So if you're looking at the back of the tooth and it makes this, then that will be on the right side of the mouth. And then the other one will be on the left side. You see how you can even tell from right there that they kind of both make a more upward shape, upside down L shape. So that is pretty much how I can tell between the left and right of the incisors, is by that line in the back of in the lateral or lingual view of the tooth. So that's how I tell. Thank you for watching.